Welcome back to another episode of Tea and Toys. Today we have the War for Cybertron Kingdom, Optimus Primal. Looking very good in box. Again, as with Cyclonus and the other Kingdom releases, Hasbro are reducing the amount of plastic on the packaging, so you only get this small window to see him, and much bigger artwork, which, again, the artwork on this trilogy has been absolutely phenomenal. I do like this. Although, comparing this one to the Cyclonus, they've sort of switched the illustrated robot mode from being here and the transformation from being here. But I guess it kind of works quite well with the gorilla and the robot mode. And I believe, and I don't have Warpath in hand or Cheetor, but it looks like there's a theme with the good guys where you've got a crashed Ark and the Decepticon. The Predacons characters have the Nemesis coming into land, whereas Cyclonus didn't actually have the Nemesis on his packaging at all, because the character would have no association with such ship, according to the animation anyway. Let's give it a quick spin. And as I did mention on the Cyclonus video, no rank insignia, just a footprint of a gorilla. You got the Maximal logo, symbols from the golden disc. Again, I sort of went over this picture a little bit before. Crashed Ark, the Earth, the golden disc. Bad is at the top, good is at the bottom. Rhinox. Well, I really want to get this guy open, so let's just get him open. So here we have Optimus Primal outside of his box. Now, I've got to show this off straight away. Look at that absolutely beautiful head sculpt. That, for me, is lifted from the show and put on a plastic toy. That is just so nice. But as with Cyclonus, this guy is filled with articulation, especially compared to, say, Starscream, who obviously lacks a waist swivel and wrist swivels. You can even move Optimus Primal's four fingers like that. Yeah, again, a very and highly poseable character. Now, I haven't transformed him yet, and I can't see a way of putting away his shoulder cannons. I hope you can put them away so they're not always deployed, because he doesn't have them deployed constantly when he's in robot mode in the series. So if you can't do that without transforming it just yet, I can't figure out a way to do it. And it's 22 steps, so I'm not sure how far away I am from that. But let's show you some of the other bits and bobs in robot mode. Now, to get the forearm guns up, you've got to press here. And it comes as forearm guns, both sides. Now, one cruel bit of cross-sell, which actually isn't on his instructions, is to complete your original release of Optimus Primal, you'd have to buy Paleotrex to use his head as the mace that came with the original Optimus Primal. As with the original Optimus Primal, comes with his two battle swords. I always quite like that he had these two great big melee weapons, but Optimus Primal is quite heavily armed. He's got two forearm guns, he's got his shoulder guns, he's got his blades, and although not used in the animation, his mace, the head of Paleotrex. So yeah, quite well armed. And yeah, I'm very impressed. I do like this. Now, I believe some people didn't like the fact that they used like a more realistic looking gorilla for the alt mode. We'll look at that in a second as well. But it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It's going to be posed in robot mode 99% of the time. And yes, you can clip the swords onto his sides through the hole here and the groove here. So let's try and do that now. If it slots in, one does, and one does. So yeah, they fit in nicely, nice and tight. But yeah, like I said, I hope you can store these away. Otherwise, I just have them pointing upwards. Well, I'll be wrong not to do this before we transform. Let's get Optimus Prime out. His so-called ancestor. Okay, Optimus Prime is, the figure itself is sold as a leader because he comes with the trailer. But as with this line, there are differing sizes with the Voyager Deluxe and leader size. Right, again, let's pull Double Deer out as a true leader, so-called true leader for this trilogy. Do we have another? Ah, yes, Cyclonus. Now, Cyclonus, as I showed you, is a very tall Voyager figure, and I think he actually stands above Optimus Prime, which is not so good. So let's grab him now. Let's do an Optimus Prime video, but yeah, he stands taller than Optimus Prime, which I don't know how I feel about that. Not sure how I feel about that. Which means, like I said, Beast Wars Megatron is much bigger than Optimus Primal, and I think from the pictures I've seen, their scale is right. But I don't know. I just think without having him in hand, I think he does look too big. But we're talking Optimus Primal. That's good to have him with Optimus Prime. Two that look good together as well, because the last release was the 10th anniversary and Cybertron version, which was like an amalgamation of this body, the second body, and maybe even no, not stretches of the third body. But there we have that. Very nice. I do like that. So let's get his wave mate out again. So these two come out as a wave. Both so-called Voyager class figures. Cyclonus towering over him. But comes with a lot less accessories. Cyclonus only comes with one accessory, whereas Optimus Prime comes with two. But he just has a lot of more gadgets to tinker around with on the actual toy itself. Okay, so we've looked at the robot mode. Let's get this guy into Optimus Primal Beast Mode. Okay, and here we have Optimus Primal in his 8 mode. Now, there are actually two versions of the transformation for 8 mode. You've got the on all fours, and then you've got to sort of switch around the legs like so. And it'll get there eventually. He is stiff. The good thing about this toy, it is stiff as, and you can have him stood up on his hind legs as well. And you can see like parts of the robot mode at the back. And obviously you get the swords, which are separate, unlike the original figure where everything is hidden on the toy. So you can like put the swords on the within the back, and the guns would drop down. Obviously these bits would be hidden away. So comparing it to the original, you know, it's being a smaller toy anyway. The original Optimus Prime was a big toy, known as I think it was an ultra class way back when. But obviously you can have, you know, the 8 hands are the same as the robot hands, so you can obviously have him in holding his swords, and as also displayed, you can have the swords packed away on the 8 mode. It just, you know, they just be on show. As I said, unlike the original one, obviously you can move the head side to side, up and down. I think that's obviously right in there, so you can move it like that, up and down. But overall, I like it. I like the realistic look. I prefer the all fours version because this just looks a bit odd in stood up 8 mode. But all in all, he's good. I like it. So let's get him back to run mode. Optimus Primal, maximize! What else has he got with him? Obviously his trusty instructions. And is there a cross sell to buy another toy? No, there's not. And one thing I did notice, there's no 5mm ports on him. So yeah, no fossilizer, modulator, and weaponizer add-ons for Optimus Primal. Even though in the original artwork he's depicted with the what seems to be the now cancelled Smilodon fossilizer character. So maybe he would have been the only Maximal, but it looks like currently they're all Predacons, so baddies, the fossilizers at the moment. And the card he came with is the Autobot Arc card. Now we know in the Kingdom series, Autobot Arc is going to be a character. Now, will the actual Transformer itself be called Arc, or will he have a different name? Now, again, these are meant to reveal a future of the item, but we know in every continuity the Arc crashes, so it's not really a future that the Arc would have because it always crashes. So yeah, still not sure on these cards if it's a gimmick that's worked or not. But also, one thing I noticed that Optimus Primal doesn't have like a pop out for his Prime Jets, which is a bit of a shame. I think I even think the Robot Masters version of Optimus Primal had that. So yeah, it's not on this one, but not the end of the world. Just something that they've not put on there. But all in all, still a very good and very strong figure, especially of Optimus Primal. And one thing I did notice on both the Cyclonus and Optimus Primal packaging is hidden underneath the lower flap, underneath the Kingdom artwork, is the original Beast Wars packaging eye. So that's quite cool that they've added that on the box, even though it's hidden. And as ever, don't forget to love, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.